right, that is done for the most part. Now I just need natural gas to kind of start pumping through. Hopefully we can get that sorted out in a moment. All right, so my question now is this polluted oxygen or carbon dioxide? I assume this is natural gas. I just don't know what this is. Unbreathable gas, carbon dioxide. That's carbon dioxide? I thought carbon dioxide was black. Like this. Right, so now, I need to figure out if I can just like mop up this oil and maybe just inject it to make plastic. I mean, I know it's a pain, but then two, I don't know if it'll fit, but we'll do it that way for now. Okay. For the sake of expediency, I'm going to hook it up. Do we not have copper? All right, well, that's fine. For now, we can just leave it open. Right, I see. It's emptying this here reservoir. It's gonna take a long time, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. All right, so water needs to go through here. In. Right, so we can probably deconstruct this part here. We don't need to tie it up to this. I'm okay with it being its own, having its own pump slash system. Right, that would be the pump. Right. So we would need in. Right. Something like this, because then we can put the sensor there. Well, we don't need a sensor there, actually. So it's not going to matter per se. But the right way to do this would be cancel this. Might as well do that. And then cancel this. Right. Then we'll figure the rest out. So chlorine gas is heavier or lighter? It's supposed to be heavier, so why did it go up? That is so confusing to me. It's probably going up because we were doing a vacuum. That is probably why. However, I still stand by. I probably want to go to the bottom. Or maybe hit this top side here. We'll see. To me, chlorine gas is supposed to be heavier than oxygen, right? See? So why? I don't know. So we've probably messed up again. Let's fix that. That means it's going to take like another day for us to fix it. I still want to do top to bottom. That's still kind of how, because I think it's just better that way. The way these are kind of set up. So. Pipes. Nope. That's power. Right. That's what the issue is. So as the vacuum goes, I might need to fill this all up. Right. I've messed this up. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead and deconstruct this here. All right, deconstruct this. I mean, it'll be okay. I could do it either way because the more chlorine and gas, the oxygen pushes up and I can just shut it down. So I don't need a vacuum. Right. But I don't want the chlorine gas to be the one escaping, so we'll do... Okay. Right. Okay, so we'll do this a little higher, and we'll be fine. Deconstruct, deconstruct. Go ahead and deconstruct that. All right. Right, go ahead and do that. And then while you're at it, deconstruct that. I know the chlorine gas is going to escape what little we've pumped in there, but it'll just sink back to the bottom and we'll pump it back up. All right, we'll do this, followed by this. We'll build one of these. Power. There we go. Right. Then let's go ahead and fill this up. I'm okay with this. All right, let's do pipes. Let's go ahead and deconstruct all this, because I might actually want to do a more sophisticated system. There we go. Right. Okay. Now we're talking. Good. Now we've got this hooked up. Now we need an exit, which means we're just going to go ahead and do this, 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 and this whenever we can. Right. Then I can hollow this out as I need it, which is probably going to be sooner rather than later, so we can go ahead and do that. I don't think we can hook that up directly, which has always been kind of a problem. That being said, if carbon dioxide we can make, if we want, we can just filter it out. Let's go ahead and dig this way. Right. And then we can kind of leave everything else the same. Dig this out while we're at it. And then start throwing our gas pipes. Because the sooner we get this open or done, the sooner I can do coal. On that note, we need to deconstruct a lot of this. But we're going to do second stairs here. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. The rest, we'll figure it out. While we're at it, dig this out. All right. That looks good to me. We are golden, I think. I can't see. That does fit. That might actually work. We would need to redo some pipes and stuff, but that would actually work. All we would need to do is this, and this, and then deconstruct this. All right, that is good. Let's dig up this. All right, I think we can start pumping water into here. I think that first step. So the question is, I need to figure out germ sensor. Radiation gate critter germ sensor. I know we need plastic. How am I going to deal with the water purification? Thinking here. Well, it's okay. What I'm going to do is just start hooking this up. See what happens. Emptying it will be pretty easy. Slowly dropping, but we still have the problem that this water is way too hot. All right, we're filling our reservoirs now. Then I'll put into here. It's not how I'm going to do it originally, but here we are. All right. Ooh, what you got for me, game? Slug eggs. Operator regularly supplying, building, iron gut, gem, skilled. All right. Let's see what the slug. I remember there weren't that, as a, like they ate and then, oh, they produce hydrogen. But you have to feed them metal. I don't know if I'm okay with that. So that's going to be a no for me. I can turn them into eggs. Super. All right, print. All right, we can enable this. We can turn those into eggs. I'm okay with that. We need food. All right. We are in desperate need of food. Keep making. Hopefully the other cook will... We have omelets. You can make those. Mushroom, Bristol. Right, well... Not sure why no one is wrangling. Okay. Hopefully there won't be someone else who starves to death. You found something to eat. Work flooding. Yeah, that's been that way for a while. Unreachable food. Well, we'll see. I mean, that's an omelet. There we go. Okay, so I need one of these. Fortunately, the only way to get that is doing this. Does this not have any? Probably could have none. Right, it looks like it doesn't have any. What about this one? Neither. Alright, well, the one dispensing might be the only one they have, which means we really need to kind of recover from this. We want to grow more, which is a bit of annoying, but let's go ahead and deconstruct that. Alright, they're still working on all this. Okay, slowly filling out this. Should make some space here, pulling water. Right. Okay, this is... Oh, God, this needs to be powered too. Everything needs power. Let's do this then. And then hopefully we'll start filtering water. That's kind of weird. My hope was that water would filter around and keep going, even if... Huh. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little confused. Unless this isn't pumping. No, it's on. So my logic is okay, if this is filled up. Okay, in, out, in, out. What did I do wrong now? Oh, maybe it needs sand? They still need to deliver the sand? Right. Oh, it's doing that thing. It is doing that thing. Right, okay, so we need to deconstruct this and this. Right, okay. we're making mush bars. I would argue make them forever until we shut that off. If power is an issue, I can kind of solve that because we have had it added a few devices in. Unreachable. That's what I was worried about. We can set a priority. Right, okay. Let's do a priority 9 on this. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that there. Okay. Right, we're working on it, game. We're working on it. It's gonna take a bit for this to like reduce in heat, given the situation with our water. Here's what I'm thinking. We do have 2 water pathways. So I could probably just hook this up to this, which isn't ideal. But I could do that. And then let's shut this off. We can shut that one down. I really do need to heat this, cool down this water. Because otherwise, we're just all going to... It's just too hot. Nothing's going to get better until I don't cool down this water. So... Yeah, okay. And we also shut this off. Actually. We can leave the valve on. So I want to empty those pipes. Okay. That's how we start. These pipes will be empty. Right, okay. Right, what I want to do... Okay, let's say... Sure, we can do that there. We need another valve. And here. Here. Okay. I'm not happy about this location here because that means they have to come and deliver sand all the time. And I'm not okay with that. But it's the only quick fix I've got, and otherwise... I really need to... Right, okay, so then... The next fix I need to do is this. Right, this. That's the next big one. Okay, we'll see how long that takes. All right, there should be a... Is there a fish flopping? Or there should be a young fish in here then. There it is, okay. I thought I heard it flopping. Right, so now... What we're technically doing is emptying this here. Right? We'll have to limit the flow a bit, because I don't want to overwork the pipes. But this is closed, right? No, I've opened that. Let's close that. We can fully open that, if we really want to. Starvation. I doubt it, but yeah, we're working on it. Right, and then deconstruct this with a priority 9 on this. And then deconstruct that. Okay. So we're moving the hotter water here, right? And we're cooling down most of it while purifying it. In the hopes of that eventually we can get some clean water somewhere. And that's all I've got. We need to kind of really start chilling this water. Wow. What happened here? All right, go ahead and deconstruct this and this. Priority 9. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. Not even a little bit. Because your water was supposed to come from this. Okay. Right, okay, so just cancel this. Fine. Deconstruct this. And just hook up this here. That's not what we want, though. But that's what we're going to do. We'll see what happens. Okay, that is the right direction. Followed by, we will turn this on. Not at full power, but we will turn it on. The electro thing doesn't really need the most amount of power. Not sure what's happening. Okay, so water is getting purified, which is good. But we now have a power issue. Grr. Alright, well, how's this water situation? It's been 63 for a while, but it is coming out. Oh, what's the problem now? Power, okay. Well, that's a problem. All right, we can mop this up here. I'm sure we spilled water somewhere else. No? Okay. Right, okay, so far, it's just mostly a question of stabilizing. That's... what? Inedible... What's the problem? Water. Well, why isn't anyone making water? Of course, because I forgot. Shouldn't this go deeper, though? No, because I cut it off. God. Now this should go down. There we go. Right, let's go ahead and... Duplicates have died. Yeah. All right. Let's load real quick, and I'm going to call it there. Because I'm clearly making... That was a mistake that I shouldn't have made. We just need the temperature stabilize, which we're working on right now. I might play a little offline, wait for everything to stabilize. We got natural gas going, though. It's been a big help. I probably should make another one, but we'll see. I guess the next move would probably be to tame the steam vent once I've stabilized. All right, well, that's it for me for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate the time and attention when anyone gives my content, and I will see you next time. Peace.